We're here with Frank Kimbler, whose specialization is analyzing artifacts from Roswell. Could you give us a few words about your background?
Yeah, I work at the New Mexico Military Institute as an assistant professor of earth science, and I've been there for about 5 years. I try to use some of my science to discover other things.
Well, you talked in your panel about a package that you tried to send off that actually disappeared from the package on its way. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I can. A couple of years ago, I had some analytical work done, and the analytical work came back as being anomalous. And being a good scientist, you need to have more tests done. So I made arrangements to have a test done at a university, and the person that set it up said that they could do it. They could get me the answers that I needed, and it was only 3 people knew about the object going out, and the conversations were not through email but through the cell phone. And they knew it was coming because I told them on the cell phone I'm going to mail it out tomorrow, and I sent it out next day, and service and FedEx actually sent it out FedEx, and and I packaged it up. Now I made one mistake. The mistake was anytime you send things off, you should photograph it and document it so that you know that it's in the package. Well, my family saw me put it in there, but I didn't photograph it. But it was all sealed in a glass bottle, plastic actually about this big, and it was taped, sealed up, triple sealed is what it was, envelope within an envelope, and it was sent off to the university. Well, when the research scientists got it, they opened up, they said it was all sealed, and when they opened it up, there was nothing inside the plastic container. And I'm going, oh my gosh, and the research scientist was crying. She was literally in tears. She says, I've turned the lab upside down. We can't find this. And it was sad because I lost, the material that I had was only about yay big. It was really tiny. And I lost maybe half of it or a third of it when that disappeared. And to this day, we do not have an explanation as to how that object disappeared. I had some people come back and tell me that they could have used ultrasonics. We don't know who they is, government, anybody. I love the they part. They said, they could have used ultrasonics and undid it and put it all back together again and taken it and just sealed it back up, and you would never know. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but it just adds to the mystery of Roswell. So now if I'm going to have something done, I have to be there. So I will hand deliver the specimen, and I will be there in the lab as it's done, and that way it's not going anyplace.
Do you think that the government, if you had to hazard a guess, had something to do with it?
You want my honest opinion? There's only 2 powers that maybe have the technology to make things disappear like that. One of them being our government, which includes the military, and the other one is being corporations. So the corporate side, government side, both of them probably have the technology to make those things appear like they're going to disappear. Not by magic, but simply opening up the package, taking it out, sealing it back up again, and you never know that it was tampered with.
Well, there are a lot of conspiracy theorists who believe that the government has covered up not only Roswell, but a lot of different extraterrestrial instances of contact. Do you have any guesses as to what the government's motivation would be to cover these things up?
The idea here is that if we have proof of extraterrestrials, that they have visited us, that they have interfered with that disclosure of that, and disclosure is a big topic out on the internet these days, disclosure of that information may cause some problems in the world. It interferes with people's beliefs, interferes with religions, it interferes with governments, especially if people believe that the extraterrestrials have had an influence on our economy or on how they deal with people or what happens on Earth, and they meaning the governments of the world they think the population would not, it would cause some problems. So the idea here is to let the information out a little bit at a time and sort of build it up. And in a way, I see that's out there, and it'll get to a point where they'll make an announcement saying, well, we discovered another planet in the habitable zone. It's only 40 light years away. And, oh, by the way, we have received radio signals. And guess what? They've also visited us. So it's one of these things that I think that it'll come out. To believe that we're the only persons here, forget it. There's other things in the universe besides us.